Jenna, and I am now a hiking addict. If someone would have told me a year and a half ago I would be climbing these rocks up here in the mountains, I would have thought they were crazy. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, being an ER nurse and all, but I was certainly what you would call an indoor girl. The thought of coming out and hiking around in these beautiful rocks was something I only thought of. So, a year and a half ago, once again, I was the indoor girl type, and a friend of mine decided that I needed to come out here and experience what all nature has to offer me. At the time, I was mentally, spiritually, physically bankrupt, and I found myself going down a road I didn't necessarily want to be going down. And a friend, through a recovery program that I'm involved in, brought me out here and decided that I needed to see that I'm not the center of the universe, that there's things out here bigger than I, and that my problems were small compared. So she took me out here, and about 15 minutes into a small climb, she turned around and there were tears rolling down my face, and I was in the middle of a full-blown panic attack. I have an anxiety disorder, and she clearly didn't understand that this isn't something that I would normally do. But she wouldn't let me stop, and she dragged my crying butt all the way up that mountain, and I had a breakthrough at the top and realized my body is capable of so much more than my mind gives it credit for. And she told me this is going to change my life. Next day, I decided this is something that I needed to do. I needed to be out here. I needed to climb. So I got on my computer and I Googled climbing, hiking in Las Vegas, and I found Branch Whitney's book and downloaded it on my phone, and I think I read every word of it within the first couple of hours and decided I'm doing this. I can't not do it. So I went on and I found that there was a meetup group I had never heard of, and there was a meetup group called Hiking Las Vegas, and I saw that there was a hike the next afternoon, and I signed up, and I knew nothing about hiking. I showed up at the base of Craft Mountain with Nikes, a Starbucks cup in one hand, and a sandwich. I didn't have water. I didn't have the right shoes. I knew nothing, but I stood at the bottom of Craft Mountain and I said, okay, where are we going? And Branch pointed straight up the face of Craft and said, right up there. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Clearly you've never met me before. I don't do things like this. I thought we were gonna walk around a little bit and go up on some rocks that I did yesterday. And he said, now you can do this. All right. So I had my little backpack on and looked up at that mountain and started the ascent, and Branch wouldn't let me quit. I told him many times on the way up, I don't think I can do this. I can't do this. This isn't me. I can go back. And he said, Jenna, just worry about what's in front of you. Don't worry about what's behind you. And to be honest, that is my metaphor for life. Worry about what's in front of you. Don't worry about what's behind you. No truer words have ever been spoken. And that day, I got to that peak, and I stood at the top of that peak, and I realized I'm stronger than I've ever given myself credit for. And I owe it all to hiking. In the last year and 2 months, I've hiked probably 3 to 4 times a week. I come out as often as I can. I'm proud to say I'm addicted to hiking. It's better than being addicted to what I was addicted to. And if this is my passion in life and what I want to do, my husband, my family, and my kids are all for it. They're afraid for me sometimes because I've conquered my fears and I've become so confident in myself and what my body is capable of. They think some of the things that I do are crazy. I think some of the things that I do are amazing. And I wouldn't trade this for anything in the world. I don't know what's kept me sober in the last year and a half. Is it my recovery program or is it hiking? I don't know, and I'm not gonna mess with either one. And where do I even start with the benefits that I've gotten through hiking? It's mind, body, and spirit. I try and do something every day for my mind, for my body, and my spirit. And when I start my day out with a hike, which I normally do, I've satisfied all three of those. My mind finds serenity, and it finds focus and responsibility and respect for these mountains. My body has completely transformed itself in the last year. I was about 16 pounds overweight when I started hiking. More than the weight loss, it's the strength that I feel in my legs and the confidence I have that my body's not going to let me down. And my spirit, what can I say? This is my church. This is where I go to get closer to my personal higher power, to my personal God, if you will. How can I feel like my problems are big when I'm so small compared to everything that we have out here? I can fully respect earth and nature and what's been given to me in this life, having this body that I'm lucky enough to have to get up these rocks and climb these mountains, and to have these mountains here essentially in my backyard. I live exactly 7 minutes from driving out here. I can come out here every morning before work, and I can fulfill my mind, my body, and my spirit. What can go wrong the rest of the day when I've started out this way? Not much. And when something does come up, it's small. It's nothing compared to what we've got here. It doesn't matter. And this too shall pass. And the next time I go hiking, I'll bring that problem to my mountain. I call this my mountain. I come up here and I tell my problems, and I usually get an answer by the time I'm done hiking. So what's so amazing about the 52 Peak Club, of which I'm a member, and I think I've gotten 4 cards now. It just so happens that a lot of the hikes that I do are with friends, and I haven't been able to get out to many of the peaks, but I just did an Oak Creek overlook the other day. That was one of the hardest hikes I've ever done. Scary in parts, but absolutely exhilarating. And here's what I found is when you get a group of people together that are meeting a common goal, it's just the element, the glue that holds all of the people together. It's like going through something big together, going through an earthquake or going through an accident or something, but on the other end, it's completely positive, and you all get to know each other, and you all get to become so close so quickly. It's amazing what people will talk about up here on the mountain. Within 5 minutes of meeting people, you know them, you know their life. Something about these mountains is just honest. It's honest and it's truthful, and I've made the closest friends in my life that I have right now, I've met on hiking, and I've met them in the 52 Peak Club. It's just been an eye-opening, amazing, and wonderful experience. These are some of the most interesting people I've ever met, and some of the 52ers are in their 70s, and some of the best hikers I know are in their 50s and 60s. I feel young. At 41, I feel like one of the young ones sometimes. And I didn't find this until I was 40, and I've told myself the first half of my life was spent living it in one way, and the second half of my life is going to be spent living it this way. And I so much more prefer this to anything that I've ever done in my life. So I am grateful, and I wake up every morning now early with gratitude and faith in my heart that this is going to be an amazing, wonderful day. Any day that starts out hiking is going to be an amazing day.